Today, we're really cutting through the noise. We want to give you some really targeted strategies to get over that huge barrier in language learning, you know the one. The gap between knowing English words in your head and actually, well, speaking them out loud, confidently.
Mhm. That moment of panic.
Exactly. That shyness or just this overwhelming fear you'll make a mistake, it just slams the brakes on everything.
Yeah, even if you've studied for ages, that stuck feeling is incredibly common.
Right. So if that sounds like you, if you feel stuck, this deep dive is definitely for you. Okay, let's unpack this. Our mission today, and we're drawing this straight from the source material, is all about immediate practical steps.
Absolutely. We're looking at low pressure, high impact techniques, things you can actually do.
We're not, trying to build a whole new language course here.
No, not at all. It's more like a framework, a way to
Yeah.
get consistent active use of the language
Moving it from just facts you know about English.
into a skill,
Yeah.
something you can actually do, like muscle memory for speaking.
That procedural knowledge, right? That's the key.
That is absolutely everything here. We're moving past just theory. What the sources really highlight is that the biggest problem often isn't a lack of words. It's the lack of actually saying them,
No.
getting your mouth, tongue, and ear working together.
Without your brain jumping and shouting, wait, is the grammar right?
Exactly. So we're zeroing in on techniques that minimize that mental overload, things you can weave into your day. The whole idea is building that confidence, like one successful word at a time.
Okay, so we're kind of tricking our brains into practicing without all the pressure. I like it. So where do we start? How do we make sure the words we do learn actually stick?
It comes down to two things, really: relevance and active use.
Okay, so the first piece of advice, and it sounds almost too simple, is start with your passion.
Deceptively simple, but powerful.
Forget the random word lists from textbooks, right?
Yeah.
Focus on words related to things you already love, things you talk about anyway.
Or just things you do every day.
Right. So if you love cooking, maybe you learn words like apple, sugar, pan, oven.
Simmer, chop, delicious.
Yeah. Eat. Things that come up naturally when you're in the kitchen.
And there's a solid reason this works so much better than just memorizing lists. When you link a new word to something you're already interested in, you're tapping into stronger memory pathways, emotional pathways even.
Ah, so it's not just a dry mental exercise.
Exactly. Becomes relevant, maybe even enjoyable. If you love tech, learn interface, scroll, update, those words start to feel, well, useful, fun even.
Which makes you actually want to use them, not feel like you have to.
Precisely. It flips the whole learning process.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But what if your passion is, I don't know, really specific, like quantum physics? You don't start with the super complex jargon, do you?
Good question. No, you keep it relevant, but also practical. You wouldn't start with quantum entanglement. You'd start with words about it, like theory, research, concept, or even just difficult, fascinating, read, understand.
Ah, okay, so you use the passion for motivation, but pick words you can actually use now.
Right. You start by saying, I read a fascinating article, not by trying to explain string theory in English.
Got it. Keep it functional. So once we have these relevant words, how do we push them out? Get them from thought to speech.
Okay, this brings us to the word of the day challenge. And the key here is simplicity. It fights that feeling of being overwhelmed.
Instead of saying, I need to learn 20 words today.
Exactly, which just makes your brain shut down. Instead, you pick one, just one single word each day.
One word. That feels doable.
Totally doable. The commitment is tiny. You can manage it even on a crazy day.
And the mission is?
Active use. You have to use that word at least 3 times during the day.
3 times. Okay, how do you actually make that happen if you're busy?
Well, this is where the low pressure part is critical. Use doesn't mean you have to force it into a conversation with your boss. It can be totally private. Say the word is happy. You could just say, I feel happy, quietly to yourself. Or point at something and whisper, happy dog. Or even write it down.
So writing counts.
As active production, yes. But the real goal, the core principle, is that the word has to leave your mind and come out of your mouth.
Even a whisper counts.
Even a whisper. That physical act is what builds the pathway. Simple 2-word phrases are great. If the word is big, you see a tree, whisper, big tree.
And each time you do it, it's like a tiny success.
A micro-confidence boost. You succeed 3 times. That's 15 successful moments of English production in a week. Guaranteed. It adds up.
Why just one word, though? If I'm feeling motivated, why not 5?
Because consistency beats intensity, especially here. Pick 5 and you start juggling. Which word? How do I use it? It gets frustrating. One word guarantees success. You build the habit of speaking every day. That's the real goal initially.
Build the habit first. Okay, that makes the commitment feel much less daunting. Right, now let's talk about the next hurdle. Shyness. Even saying simple words can feel awkward. How do we practice the sound and rhythm without feeling judged?
Yeah, the shyness factor. This is where music comes in.
Music. Okay, how does that work?
Leveraging simple English song lyrics is a fantastic sort of backdoor way to practice.
So find a song, get the lyrics.
Yep. Maybe a pop song with clear pronunciation, or even kid songs are great for beginners. Read the lyrics while you listen.
And then sing along quietly.
Exactly. Sing along quietly, or even just mouth the words. The key is the music provides cover.
Cover.
Yeah, you're not focused on creating language, you're just mimicking sounds. It helps you practice pronunciation and rhythm, sort of musicality of English,
Your prosody.
right, the prosody, the stress and intonation. Songs naturally exaggerate this, the music carries you.
So you're practicing how English flows without the pressure of a conversation.
Precisely. And the repetition in songs, that's gold from memory. You hear and say the same phrases over and over.
But what if I can't sing? And won't I learn weird, unnatural phrasing from songs?
Good points. First, you don't need to sing well, just match the rhythm. Even whispering works. And yes, song lyrics can be stylized, but the pronunciation of core words is usually standard. You're training your mouth and your ear to recognize and make the sounds.
Okay, so it's like pronunciation practice in disguise. What's the best way to approach it?
Think in steps. 1, just listen, get a feel for the song. 2, listen while reading the lyrics. Connect the sound to the word. 3, start producing. Mouth the words, then whisper, then maybe sing softly.
Using that repetition in the chorus.
Exactly. It reinforces the sounds naturally.
Okay, music helps with rhythm and sound. But what about that stuck feeling? Knowing words but not being able to form sentences quickly.
Yes. The cognitive traffic jam. That's where we need to train the speaking mechanism more directly. And for that, we use a technique called shadowing.
Shadowing, like following someone.
Sort of. You listen to someone speaking English, and you immediately repeat what they say, trying to copy everything, the sound, the rhythm, the intonation, like an echo.
So I hear, let's go, and like half a second later I say, let's go.
Exactly. You're focusing only on imitation, not on thinking about grammar or choosing words.
Why is that better than just practicing my own sentences?
Because making your own sentences is hard. You're thinking of the idea, finding the words, getting the grammar right, and saying it. Shadowing removes the first 2 or 3 steps. You're just focusing on the physical act of speaking. It builds the muscle memory for flow.
Like practicing scales on a piano before playing a full song.
Perfect analogy. It's training the mechanics. But you have to start simple. Don't try shadowing the news right away.
Right. So what do you start with?
Very short, clear sentences, maybe from language apps, cartoons, things with slow, clear speech. Simple stuff like, hello, how are you? I'm hungry. Let's go. Thank you. Just 2 or 3 words.
I imagine that feels a bit weird at first, just repeating like a parrot.
It does. But that awkwardness means you're working on it. Success isn't perfect grammar here. It's matching the sound and timing of the speaker.
How do you know if you're doing it right?
Check 2 things.
1.
How quickly are you echoing? Aim for just a fraction of a second behind. Too long means you're thinking, not just mimicking. 2, does your intonation match? Are you stressing the same words? If they say, I am hungry, are you stressing am?
So focus on the music of the sentence.
Exactly. If you match the flow, you're building that bridge from knowing words to actually speaking them.
Okay, we've got strategies for picking words and for practicing sounds and flow with music and shadowing, but those need dedicated time, right? How do we weave this into just normal life?
Right. Sustainability is key. And this leads to a really neat technique, the running commentary.
A running commentary on my own life.
Kind of, yeah. As you do routine things, just describe the action or object in simple English, mentally, or whisper it.
So when I wake up, I think or say wake up.
Exactly. Or light, bed, making coffee, hot water, need coffee, brushing teeth, brush teeth.
You're basically labeling your world in English as you move through it.
Precisely. It connects the word directly to the real-life context, which makes it stick so much better. And it gives you constant low-stakes exposure without needing a textbook or a conversation partner.
Wouldn't that get exhausting, narrating everything?
Good point. You don't do it all day.
Yeah.
That would definitely lead to burnout. The trick is to pick just a few specific moments, maybe the first 5 minutes you're awake, the time you wait for the bus, while the kettle boils.
So dedicated little English moments within your routine.
Exactly. Short bursts, you switch on English mode, then switch it off.
Yeah.
It makes the habit manageable, quality over quantity.
That feels much more sustainable. Okay, this brings us to the big one, though. The emotional side. That fear of sounding silly, making mistakes.
The fear factor. It's huge. Probably the biggest block for most people.
So how do we tackle that?
The most powerful shift, according to the sources, is mindset. You have to focus on communication, not perfection.
Redefine success.
Absolutely. Success isn't sounding like a perfect native speaker. Success is, did the other person understand what you meant?
So if I say, like, me go store, and they point me to the store.
That's a win. You communicated successfully, celebrate that connection. Don't beat yourself up over the grammar.
That's a relief. But what about when someone corrects you? That can feel awful.
It can, but you need to reframe it. See correction as a gift. Free feedback. Don't get defensive or apologize endlessly. Just a simple, sincere, oh, thank you, and move on.
Easier said than done, maybe, but a good goal.
It takes practice. And you also have to let go of the accent anxiety. So many learners worry endlessly about their accent. The goal is intelligibility. Can people understand you? Not sounding like you were born in London or New York.
Right. If people understand you, your accent is just part of you. It's not a flaw.
Exactly. Focus on being clear, not on erasing your identity. Prioritize getting your message across, even if it's not perfect. Use gestures. Simplify. Communicate. Hashtag tag outro.
Wow, okay. We've covered a lot. Starting with passions for vocabulary, the word of the day for consistency, music, and shadowing for flow.
And the running commentary for daily integration. Plus that crucial mindset shift.
So what does this all mean? What's the big takeaway for someone listening right now?
It means you can start building confidence today, right now. And the key is celebrating the small wins.
Don't wait until you're fluent to feel good about it.
No. Confidence comes from evidence. Collect the proof that you are making progress. Did you use your one word 3 times? That's a win. Did you whisper along to a song? Win. Label your coffee hot coffee. Huge win.
Even just saying thank you when corrected.
Massive win. You face the fear. Each tiny victory builds momentum. It fuels your motivation.
It proves to yourself, I can do this.
Exactly. Focus on progress, not some distant, fuzzy idea of perfection.
That's incredibly empowering. So here's a challenge for you listening. Right now, think of one simple English phrase you feel even a little bit confident with. Maybe something you learned today, maybe something else. Try to use it, just once. Even whisper to yourself before the next hour is up. Prove to yourself that you're already moving forward.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, keep celebrating those small steps. You're building something amazing.
We'll see you next time for the next deep dive.